Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2022 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the last 2 weeks of June. And this reading is for the fire sign of Leo the Lion. Welcome everyone. As always, I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for taking the time to be here. And always a note of gratitude for your likes, shares, subscribing. Those of you who reach out for personal readings, all the support always means a lot. Thank you so much. So this reading is for Leo for the last 2 weeks of June 2022. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Leo, it's relevant if you're cross-watching for a Leo. It's a general reading, so as we always say, it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs for additional insight and perspective. And if you find that something does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, perhaps reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly. You can get the contact info by clicking the description link. You can email me at maggie_maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond the same day with more information. I offer quite a wide variety of readings, and I'm pretty timely with scheduling, so email me if you're interested. Okay, Leo, let's see what's in store for you for the last half of June 2022. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. What a great way to begin. We begin with the Ten of Cups, the Happy Home card. Tens also represent cycle completion or achievement. So the Ten of Cups, we call it the happy home, happily ever after, white picket fence. Whatever that means for you, it represents being at a place where you finally feel everything has come together, particularly where home and family are concerned. It's a card of ultimate love and marriage, childbirth, family. With that, we have the Page of Cups. Pages can represent messengers or messengers. Being at the introductory path of something, the Page of Cups is the page of water, the page of emotion. This is a little message here. Could be some flirtation. It could be just a lovely little message driven by love, support, encouragement. Happy news. Next, we have Judgment, Major Arcana. This is the crossroads card, as I like to call it. What does it mean to be judged? This means to be called to answer for your actions, so choose carefully. It typically represents what could potentially be a life-changing decision. When judgment comes up, it almost always represents needing to make a decision, and that decision could be a game changer. If you decide not to do anything different, then there's also an air of finality about judgment, meaning if you choose not to do anything different than what you've done before, whatever the situation is will likely continue the same way for a long period of time. If you choose to make a different decision or make a choice that takes you in a different path, you won't be coming back from that. And I don't mean in an ominous way. It's just if you make a different decision other than whatever you have in this situation, you'll head down a different path and you won't likely go back to whatever the situation has been or what you have been doing. So it's kind of that crossroads sort of moment, you know. Sometimes judgment is called the second chance card, which may imply if you've had the opportunity to make a significant choice and you chose not to do anything different, you might want to rethink that now. With judgment, we have the Ace of Swords, getting a clue, the epiphany, the light bulb going off over your head. The Ace of Swords is commonly associated with success that comes from seeing something in a brand new light, a new, fresh, honest, truthful perspective. Aces represent the number one, and swords is governed by the element of air, which governs our intellectual landscape. So this is about seeing something in blinding clarity. Next, we have the Six of Cups. excuse me, a card often associated with the past or historical connections, home, family, roots of origin, old friends, old lovers, people, places, situations that you have a history with. Can sometimes represent childlike ideals or looking at things through rose-colored glasses. With the Knight of Swords, all knights have a mission, a quest. So they all represent an offer or an opportunity for change. The Knight of Swords is the Knight of Air. So the Knight of Swords is kind of like the mailman of the tarot, the conversation bringer of the tarot. From the bottom of the deck, representing the overall energy and focus of the last half of June, is the Ace of Wands. So we have two aces here. The Ace of Wands is the Ace of Fire, which is enthusiasm, passion, desire, creativity. A brand new beginning is the focus. Let's clarify the overall focus of the Ace of Wands. A new beginning, an exciting new beginning. The World and the Tower. Holy cow. Two pretty profound major arcana cards, and they both represent endings. So this is probably a transitional period for you. The overall focus and energy is on having a new beginning, an exciting or action-driven new beginning, or the beginning of something that you're excited about. But there's these endings that are driving it, as of course beginnings are, right? In order for something new to begin, something has to end. The World is the last major arcana card in the tarot. This is where the Fool journey ends, and then a brand new one begins after this. The first major arcana card in the tarot is the Fool. He has a 0 on his card, and all the cards after that are about the Fool's journey through different stages in life. And the Fool is us, right? Learning, changing, growing, evolving, succeeding, failing, until we get to the last major arcana card, the World, where this is about graduation. We've learned and done everything that we can for this particular chapter or set of chapters or significant phase of our life. And we're graduating, and we're at the top of the mountain that we've just climbed, and we're looking at a brand new landscape full of different opportunities and options. The Tower is also a card of major endings, something crumbling down, because while you may have thought it was solid, stable, and reliable, there's something in there that's flawed, or it's not meant to continue any further. It can represent sometimes unexpected events which comes in and end something, completely shake something down to the foundation so that something can be completely and utterly transformed, or you can move forward and build something new. So this feels like a transitional phase here between ending and a new beginning, or, right at that cusp place. The Tower can sometimes be difficult to take because often, although not always, it represents some major event, maybe an unexpected one, that brings something to an end so that a new beginning can happen. And since these are major arcana cards which strongly point to energy of God, spirit, angels, and guides, for some of you it looks like, spirit is either orchestrating or allowing an ending to happen because you've gained everything that you can from whatever this is, this situation, this relationship, this job, something. And it's time for you to move on. Or for this, whatever this is, to be completely and utterly transformed. Let's clarify that Ten of Cups, that happy home card, with that Page of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups, leaving something behind that is ultimately unfulfilling, so that you can go in search of your Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, and your Ten of Cups. But there's a leaving The Eight of Wands, which is a card of communication, movement forward, fast movement forward, often a card of travel. Maybe some of you are leaving home, traveling, or somebody is leaving home. For some of you, it might be the ending of a relationship as well, because the Ten of Cups can represent literally that happy home and marriage. Let's clarify the Page of Cups. That loving, supportive, encouraging, or flirtatious page or message. Wheel of Fortune, divine timing and orchestration, which is kind of all over this reading. I mean, you've got the World, the Tower, which are major arcana cards, which in and of themselves are profound, but those are particularly profound. You've got Judgment, which is that major crossroads energy, the Wheel of Fortune here, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Interesting, because the Three of Cups represents best friends, social times, kindred spirits, positive social connections in your community, celebration. But then the Three of Swords represents heartache, heartbreak, separation, possibly breakup, emotional pain. Some of you are going through a transitional time from a relationship, perhaps breaking up, but you're being sustained and helped and encouraged by your Three of Cups energy, by perhaps being somewhat social, friends, your community, kind of pulling together to help you through perhaps a difficult time. Clarify Judgment. Some of you may be traveling. The Hanging Man and the Ten of Wands clarifies that Judgment crossroads card. Tired of waiting? The Ten of Wands, again, tens representing endings or cycle fulfillment. Ten of Wands is, this is like the end of your rope. I'm not going to carry this burden anymore. I've been carrying it for too long. And the Hanging Man is somebody who is waiting, watching things playing out, but not taking any particular decisive action. Tired of waiting. And clarified, that Judgment clarified by the Ace of Swords. This is like, it feels like for some of you, this is like seeing something in blinding clarity. Maybe for the first time. This situation, perhaps a relationship or a home situation of some home family situation. Seeing something clearly for the first time. Even if this is something you've been told before or whatever, this is kind of like really getting a clue. And making a decision to do something perhaps quite different, maybe radically different than what you've done before, because you're tired of waiting. You're tired of waiting for something. You're tired of no action. It may be for some of you that there seems to be a theme here of home, family, relationship, marriage, something like that here. It may be that you feel like you've been carrying some burden around in regards to this, or you've been taking on all of the responsibility, feeling overwhelmed, maybe feeling quite alone, waiting for something to change, waiting for something different, and it hasn't. But you also haven't done anything different either in order to initiate any change, some of you. And you're seeing all of a sudden that this is what it is, and this could continue on for forever if you don't be the initiator of change, giving some spirit something to work with. But it feels also like spirit is driving this with you, and probably bringing about people, places, and situations as well to help with that. Clarify the Ace of Swords, We've got two aces here, which I like to see. Ace of Swords, Ace of Fire. They're kind of special aces, like a little magic fairy dust. The Ace of Cups. This is the Ace of Water, the Ace of Emotion. It can represent the beginning of self-love. This can also, represent, again, the beginning of loving yourself or valuing yourself. It can also represent new love and romance for some of you, because the heart is beginning to open up again. The Ace of Wands again. Wow. And Death. You have like all the major... Sorry, I was playing music and some ad popped up. Death. You have like all the major profound ending cards. You've got the Tower, the World, Death. This is like a huge transformative time for you. Even if it feels like you're not doing much action-wise, this is like Spirit is really, really, really working to bring you to a new start. But whatever they're trying to help you break away from, I think has been quite challenging, because, the Six of Cups, this is something that's been going on for quite some time. And I think Spirit is giving some extra help here to help bring something to an end, so that, one, it can either be completely transformed, or two, that it just ends so that you can move on into some other complete new beginning. But in order to do that, something has to end. And the ending cards have such a sense of finality about them. I feel like this is a situation that's been going on for quite some time. Let's clarify the Six of Cups. And I think some of you have been waiting for quite a long time. Maybe some of you have been in a relationship for a long time, waiting to get married, waiting for something to get better with the issues that there are. And you're just like, you're all of a sudden saying, I could be doing this forever if I don't do something. The other person's not going to change. This situation isn't going to change. So God, Spirit, angels, and guides, let's initiate this change, because it doesn't look like it's going to happen external to yourself until you take the first step. And some of you may have already taken that first step, and this is kind of in process right now. Clarify Six of Cups, history, past. The Four of Wands, the Lovers. Another crossroads card, a relationship choice, a relationship at a crossroads, decisions needing to be made as to the future of that relationship. Four of Wands, marriage, one of the other happy home cards. This may have something to do with marriage for some of you. Home, deciding the future of a relationship, whether it's to get married, to get divorced. There's something here. It feels like this is that precipice. Perhaps, clarify Knight of Swords, perhaps some of you have been in a relationship for quite a while with somebody who isn't, there isn't the level of commitment and responsibility that you want. Perhaps they are kind of coming and going and coming and going. Clarify Knight of Swords. And you've just looked at this and went, I could waste the next decade of my life doing this, and I don't want to anymore. Judgment. Again. Holy cow. There's just so much major arcana, profound major arcana energy here. Conversations about the relationship. Being at a crossroads of making choices about a relationship, a marriage, home and family life, that will profoundly either transform the situation into what it needs to be, or will end so that you can open yourself up, probably after some healing time, to what you truly need and want. I mean, some of you may be taking actions, moving, leaving, traveling, or the person you're involved with is. But for some reason, I get kind of a sense of there's a sense of waiting here somehow, but it may just be because you're going through the transition and every day is not packed full of like action steps you're taking. It feels like there's going to be lots happening in the near future for you, but there's this transitional ending period right now, and for some of you it may be difficult. Even though you've opened yourself up to Spirit going, look, help me with whatever is the best thing for me, even if you can't quite see what that is yet. Because when we're in the middle of challenging or difficult or painful endings, it can be, and even if we intuitively know that it's the right thing, it can be difficult to walk through that energy, that pain, that healing process, to see what's on the other side, which is always better. All right, any final advice, guidance, feedback? The Three of Wands, kind of a patient waiting card. Seeing some small result, and you're waiting quite hopefully and optimistically about your ship coming in. Waiting with faith. The Star, this is a card of wish fulfillment, renewed and restored hope, faith, and optimism. In the tarot, this comes after the Tower, after this great big huge shake-up or ending. The Tower comes out to light the way, to renew and restore your hope and faith that you're on the right path, that it leads to joy and fulfillment. We have the Six of Cups again, history, nostalgia, perhaps soulmate. Holy cow. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, getting everything you want. The Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter, an uplifting of heavy restrictive energies, illumination. The Ten of Cups again, happy home. I mean, this is like, you know, Leo, this feels like some of you may be going through a difficult ending transitional process. Others of you may be like, that's what you think is going to be happening, and even though you think it's like you're not sure what comes next because it's difficult to see around the bend, right? But Spirit is saying, look, don't give up hope. Do the things that you believe are right for you to do, intuitively right. I'm not getting too much of a sense of action for you to take, but only to wait and trust and have faith, because everything that you want is going to be brought to you in the not too distant future. Whether it's the complete and utter transformation of this particular situation, or, which may be difficult for some of you to see or believe in right now, or a final ending will happen so that what you truly want, need, and deserve can be brought to you. Either way you look at it, it's a beautiful reading. It's just kind of getting through that fuzzy space sometimes of, I can't see what's ahead. I only know that it's difficult right now. So, all right, Leo, those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of June 2022. I hope they were helpful, hopeful. Again, if this resonates with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info by clicking the description link. I would be most happy to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the July general readings. Until then, take care, stay safe. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.